the indomitable iron will of humanity. In the midst of an interstellar war, a human commander and their crew are stranded on the hostile alien planet of Nexar, known for its unforgiving landscapes and deadly inhabitants. The crew of the USS Resolve had been on a critical mission to deliver crucial intelligence to the human fleet when their ship was ambushed by enemy forces. The resulting battle left their vessel crippled and forced to make an emergency landing on Nexar. Commander Sarah Mitchell surveyed the damage with a heavy heart. The Resolve lay in ruins, and their chances of contacting the fleet for rescue were slim. Supplies were limited, and the hostile environment posed a constant threat. But she knew that giving up was not an option. The survival of her crew depended on their resourcefulness and indomitable will. Gathering her team, Commander Mitchell outlined their priorities. We need to establish a secure base, find food and water sources, and defend ourselves against any threats. We are not just fighting for our survival, we are fighting for humanity's future. The crew included Lieutenant David Harper, a seasoned engineer, Dr. Elena Ramirez, a skilled medic, Sergeant Lucas Hayes, a combat specialist, and Ensign Mia Chen, a young but talented pilot. Each member brought essential skills to their desperate situation. Establishing a base. The first order of business was to establish a secure base. They found a cave system nearby that offered natural protection from the elements and potential enemies. Lieutenant Harper and his team worked tirelessly to reinforce the cave's entrance, using debris from the Resolve to create a makeshift barricade. Inside the cave, Dr. Ramirez set up a medical station, treating the wounded and ensuring everyone's health. The crew scavenged whatever supplies they could salvage from the wreckage, rationing food and water carefully. As the days turned into weeks, the crew transformed the cave into a livable space. Harper devised a water filtration system using parts from the ship, ensuring a steady supply of clean water. They also managed to rig up a basic communication array, hoping to pick up any signals from nearby human ships. Surviving the environment Nexar was a planet of extremes. The days were scorching, and the nights were freezing. Deadly storms could sweep across the landscape with little warning. The crew had to adapt quickly. Ensign Chen, using her expertise in navigation, tracked the weather patterns, allowing the crew to prepare for incoming storms. The planet's terrain was as dangerous as its climate. Jagged rocks, treacherous ravines, and poisonous plants made every excursion a perilous endeavor. The crew devised strategies for traversing the landscape safely, marking safe paths and setting up warning signals for hazardous areas. Sergeant Hayes led hunting parties to secure food. The alien fauna was dangerous, but they had no choice. They used their ingenuity to create traps and weapons from the wreckage. Each successful hunt was a victory, boosting the crew's morale. They also discovered edible plants and fungi, supplementing their diet and adding variety to their meals. Facing the alien threat. The most significant threat came from the Nexarians, a hostile alien species that considered humans as invaders. The first encounter was brutal. A Nexarian scouting party attacked their base, and it took all of Sergeant Hayes' combat skills to repel them. The crew knew that more would come. Commander Mitchell decided to take the fight to the Nexarians. Using the limited resources at their disposal, they launched a series of guerrilla attacks on the Nexarian camps. Lieutenant Harper's engineering skills proved invaluable as he rigged explosives and created diversions. The crew's efforts paid off. They managed to weaken the Nexarian forces, buying themselves precious time. However, the constant battles took a toll on their resources and energy. Unyielding resolve. As the days turned into weeks, the crew's situation grew more desperate. Supplies dwindled, and injuries mounted. But Commander Mitchell's resolve never wavered. She inspired her team with her unwavering determination and strategic brilliance. One night, as they prepared for yet another assault, Dr. Ramirez approached Mitchell. "We're running out of supplies, Commander. If we don't find a way off this planet soon, we won't survive much longer. Mitchell nodded, understanding the gravity of their situation. We have to find a way to contact the fleet. It's our only hope. A glimmer of hope. Ensign Chen, always resourceful, proposed a daring plan. She suggested using the remnants of the Resolve's communication array to send a distress signal. It was a long shot, but it was their only chance. Lieutenant Harper and his team worked around the clock to repair the damaged equipment. They faced numerous challenges, from malfunctioning circuits to power shortages, but their determination drove them forward. Finally, after days of relentless effort, they managed to send a weak but detectable signal into space. Now, all they could do was wait and hope. The final stand. As they awaited a response, the Nexarians launched a massive assault on their base. It was a battle for survival, with the crew using every ounce of their strength and ingenuity to defend themselves. The cave became a war zone, filled with the sounds of gunfire and explosions. Sergeant Hayes fought valiantly, leading the defense with unwavering courage. Dr. Ramirez tended to the wounded even as the battle raged around her. Ensign Chen and Lieutenant Harper used their skills to maintain the barricades and keep the communication array functional. During the fierce battle, the crew's unity and resourcefulness shone through. Harper's makeshift traps and explosives created chaos among the Nexarian ranks, while Chen's precise tracking of enemy movements allowed Hayes to deploy his forces strategically. Dr. Ramirez's quick thinking and medical expertise saved countless lives, stabilizing the injured and keeping morale high. Rescue and reflection. Just as their situation seemed hopeless, a fleet of human ships appeared in the sky. The distress signal had been received, and reinforcements had arrived. The Nexarians, realizing they were outmatched, retreated, leaving the battered but victorious crew behind. As the rescue team landed, Commander Mitchell stood tall despite her exhaustion. "We never gave up," she said, her voice filled with pride. "We are the iron will of humanity." The crew of the USS Resolve was hailed as heroes. Their story became a testament to the unbreakable resolve of the human spirit. They had faced impossible odds and emerged victorious, proving that no matter the challenge, humanity would always endure. Legacy of the Iron Will. The journey of the USS Resolve and its crew became a legend, inspiring future generations to explore the stars with the same determination and courage. Their legacy was one of resilience, unity, and an unyielding spirit that would forever be remembered as the Iron Will. In time, their story spread across the galaxy, reminding all who heard it that humanity's strength lay not just in their technology or numbers, but in their indomitable will to survive and thrive, no matter the circumstances. The survivors of the USS Resolve went on to play pivotal roles in the ongoing war. Commander Mitchell was promoted and tasked with leading a new mission to explore and secure potential new homeworlds for humanity. Lieutenant Harper's innovations in engineering and survival tactics were integrated into standard training protocols, saving countless lives in future conflicts. Dr. Ramirez became a leading figure in medical research, developing new treatments for injuries and illnesses encountered on alien worlds. Sergeant Hayes and Ensign Chen continued to serve on the front lines, their experiences on Nexar shaping their approach to combat and survival. The story of the USS Resolve was immortalized in books, films, and songs, becoming a symbol of hope and resilience. Monuments were erected in their honor, and their names were etched into the annals of history. Their tale was taught in schools, reminding young minds of the power of unity and the human spirit's capacity to overcome any obstacle. Years later, a new generation of explorers, scientists, and soldiers would look to the stars, drawing inspiration from the legacy of the USS Resolve. They knew that no matter where their journey took them, the iron will of humanity would guide them, lighting their path through the darkest of times.